Good morning, Emily here, all wintered up with my buff. Hello, welcome to Chicks and Tips for this Tuesday. Hope you're all doing well out there, staying warm, enjoying the winter. Just this hat. Today I'm going to chat a bit about why to get out there over winter and a few tips on how to not freeze to death on the trails. So, firstly, I personally am an all-weather hiker. I probably love the shoulder seasons, like autumn, spring, but also really love winter, like hiking in winter. Which I know not everybody's like that. Some people are more fair weather hikers, they really prefer just to be out there when it's nice and sunny. But yeah, everybody's different, but these are just a few reasons why you should get out at this time of year. So the huts are less populated. You could even get a hut completely to yourself, which is awesome. You get to light fires, which is so nice. I love a good fire. It's so just lovely, being cozy in front of the fire. Hot chocolates is always good. Get to have heaps of nice hot drinks and warm meals, which is really nice. You also get to have really, really beautiful mornings, the sun coming through the clouds and just coming in over the frost, and also the sunsets are really nice as well in winter. So there's, and obviously you've got snow eventually when it comes. And then you get to use crampons and ice axes, which if you haven't done this before, I highly recommend doing a snowcraft course or something like that, because honestly, these are so much fun. When you get to walk on a crampon and walk up a big, steep, snowy slope, it is such a buzz. It is a really good time. So if you haven't explored these things yet, I highly recommend it. We have a really good snowcraft course here in Nelson, but they run them all over the place. You just have to sign up, go along, and they'll teach you how to use all your basic things for winter, like crampons, ice axes, and how to stay safe out there. So I highly recommend it. So I'm putting this over here. And now I'm just going to move on to how to stay warm out there, and just a few hacks that we've found to be really good for us. So firstly, I'm going to start with using a liner. So if you have a pretty reasonable sleeping bag, but you're not really that keen to upgrade it and spend another $1,000 on getting something really, really warm, then I would recommend getting a liner. This will increase the temperature of your sleeping bag by what's this one? I think it's 20%. So really good option to use this instead of upgrading. Because that will stop a lot of people from going out at this time of the year. They kind of think, oh, I hope my sleeping bag isn't warm enough. Well, get a liner. It's also great to hang out in your tent. If you go away and you're still in your tent at this time of year, this is great. You can just cozy up in it or in the hut. So it's awesome. Mitts. Now this is something that when we did our mountaineering course, our instructor Pablo, he told me this, which has actually been such a game changer for me. So I suffer from really, really cold hands, and once they get cold, it's really, really hard to get them back from being completely frozen. And one thing he said, that if you're like that, to use a mitt instead of a glove. Obviously you're still going to need a glove, because let's be honest, you can't do hardly anything when you're wearing these. You're oh. But if you wear a mitt, it just traps more of the warm air in around your fingers. And so I've practiced it now when I'm out there and climbing mountains, and I've found it really, really good. I'll even just I'll take them on hikes that I know I'm going into the cold, because it just, they really do work. And then also having a waterproof glove. So a lot of the time, the waterproof gloves that you buy are quite bulky, so you're wearing a really bulky glove the whole time. But I love these dexshell gloves. So these are waterproof, breathable. They've even got merino in them, but they're still, as you can see, quite slim. They're not really bulky. So these are probably the only ones I've found on the market for a completely waterproof glove that are this kind of functional. And obviously you can get some leather options. There's lots of climbing gloves out there, but for hiking I think these are a really, really cool option. So that's a dexshell dry light glove. I'll put links in my bio. And then using hand warmers. So these are what, $13.99. You get 4 sets, and basically you just like activate them, and then you just keep them in your pocket, and then whenever you need them you just put your hand around them and they warm up. These have been a lifesaver for me at times, so that's another really handy trick to stay warm out there. What else have I got? Oh, okay, so a buff. Yeah. Buffs are great, like, because often you're going to get a really cold nose, which I find especially in the mountains, and so that like just covers up that area of your face. And then you can use it like around your neck. Like, it does make a difference having this just sitting there around your neck. Keeps you real snugly. Or you can just put it around your head, obviously. Like, these are so functional. They're so fun. As well as just, you know, handy as. No, like, too tight, restrictive clothing. So apparently that cuts off your circulation, which actually keeps you colder. So make sure that whatever you're wearing, like, it's probably more like pants and socks. If you've got like a really tight sock around your ankle, that's probably going to cut some of the circulation off for your blood flow within your legs, which will probably make your feet colder. So just be careful when you're choosing socks that they're not too tight around the top. And obviously like pants and tops. Yeah, just you don't want to be like restricted in any way with whatever you're wearing. And then layer. So we always are a big fan of merino in here. We love our icebreaker, but we also love our rabs and crinos. They're fantastic because they're a great layer. I've got one on today, just underneath here. So that's just a merino and synthetic blend. And so this just keeps, like, it's quite thin, but it just keeps you so warm. And the reason why you want to layer with one of these is that they breathe, so they reduce sweating, which if you sweat in the cold, it's dangerous, because if you get really wet and then it's really cold, you stop and you get cold, your sweat like freezes and it actually like really cools your body down. So that's why if you're into mountaineering, you know that you need to avoid sweating. And so you really want to be buying technical clothing that breathes, that either merino or synthetic layers that have like a really good breathable base to them, because you're wanting to avoid sweating as much as you can. So we've got a huge range of really cool synchrono base layers in here, as well as icebreaker, and highly recommend merino. If you haven't looked into it before, definitely look into it. And then obviously never wear cotton. Like, that's like a 100% rule, like cotton on your first layer, but cotton in general, because if it gets wet, it takes ages to dry, and it would possibly even freeze if it was cold enough. It's just not what you wear out in the outdoors when you're hiking. Highly recommend staying away from cotton. And eat lots of snacks. So winter is that one time when you go hiking, well, actually all times you can. And we've got some huge snack queens in here, Jo and Em, you know who I'm talking about. When you're out there in the mountains and it's colder, you really need to be eating quite a lot, because your body is using way more energy to keep you warm. So even taking like little miso soups or cup of soups, and heating some water up and having like nice little soups and anything to kind of warm the soul. But also just keep eating as much as you can, and also remember to stay hydrated out there, because when it's cold you kind of don't really always feel like drinking as much water, but it's really important to stay obviously hydrated, because it's apparently worse for you if you do get hypothermia and you're dehydrated. Like, obviously it's just another pressure on your body. So just remember to keep drinking heaps of water when you're out there, even though you probably won't feel like it. I'm a big culprit of that. As soon as it gets to winter, I have to force myself to drink water, because I just don't feel like it. I'll probably usually drink it with tea, which kind of helps me. And I think that's about enough for today. But yes, I just want to just encourage you to keep getting out there, keep enjoying all seasons in the outdoors and everything. Every season has its beauty, has its good points. And if you want to talk about like doing mountaineering, or if you want to talk about places to go, pop in and come and say hi to us, or flick us an email, flick us a message. We're happy to direct you around where we know anyway, or into some good courses as well. If you really want to start like your journey in the snowcraft area, start to learn how to use crampons and ice axes, then yeah, just flick us a line and we can direct you where you need to go. Awesome. All right, well, have a great morning, and yeah, catch you next time. See ya.